What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Gloss Garage, where we make detailing simple. My name is Hawk, and today I have something special for you guys. Today I am not in, obviously, my garage. So today I am actually at another detailer's garage. He's a good friend of mine. His name is Anthony, and pretty much we here on working on this 2024-2025 Escalade. And the problem that he was having is some hazing. He was getting some hazing. I will bring you guys in so you guys can take a look. And he was having some like micro hazing and stuff. He was using the DA, and then he tried the porter cable with the less throw, but he was still getting this micro marring slash hazing on this GM paint. And we all know how this type of paint system goes, especially on the flat black. They're very finicky to finish. But I came here and I showed them, I said, look, we're gonna need a rotary. If you don't have a rotary, I'll head over there and we'll knock this car out together. And all I did was a test section with the DIY Detail rotary and the gold standard polish. I do have my Rupes rotary that he's going to be using. And all in all, we made just this section look phenomenal. And I will bring you guys in so you guys can see the test sections that were done. And that way you can see the results for yourself. And other than that, all the products will be down below in the description. And let's get started with the video. All right, so here is what we ended up doing with the rotary. Don't forget that that's a little bit of the linting of the towels, but all in all, no holograms and nice and deep rich. This was what was happening. As you can see, the micro marring from the DA, and sometimes the DA is good in certain situations, but for this one, you see all that micro marring there, and here a deep rich look, just automatically night and day difference. And yeah, so here is the micro marring again. I did 4 section passes with the rotary, and that is the result that we're looking for. So pretty much it's just understanding what to use, but we're gonna make this bad boy shine. All right, everyone, so this video will be pretty quick, and we did ceramic coat this vehicle with Labocosmetica HPC, and that will be on the clip after this. But I just want to briefly touch up on what were some of the hurdles that was going on and how we ended up fixing the solution in itself. And pretty much Anthony, he has his own detailing business. He does phenomenal work, and he just ran into a hurdle, just like how I ran into hurdles before, where I would call Ivan, Eddie. I even called Chris for an interior detail, where I'm like, dude, how can I get this carpet looking good? I'm getting this fuzzy type of stuff. Everybody runs into hurdles, and everybody needs help in their detailing journey, and nobody's perfect. Even till this day, I'm sure I will run into some things that I just don't know how to tackle, and that's just the way life goes. And all in all, what was happening was Anthony had a test spot that he did, and he just couldn't replicate that shine and look. He tried many pads and polish combinations, and when I showed up, I said, hey, let's try the rotary. And he wasn't too particularly experienced with the rotary, so we were getting some hologramming, and we just didn't want to have inconsistencies with the porter cable and the rotary. Although the porter cable left a phenomenal gloss, but same thing with the rotary in itself. What happens is it just leaves a deeper, richer gloss, just because there is no oscillation. But with the porter cable, we still did a phenomenal finish. So it's only like a detailer eye that you can really distinguish the difference. But all in all, what were some of the hurdles he was going through? Well, he explained to me that, he wasn't using a damp pad, and I noticed with these finicky paints that you really want to have a damp, clean pad, and pretty much do quick section passes. Just do 2 to 3 quick section passes, nothing too crazy. You don't want to sit there for too long, 1 inch per second. You just really want to just glide the polish on the paint, pretty much as if you're almost applying a wax, just obviously a little bit slower. But you just want to be in that quick, medium to fast range, just because we're jeweling up the paint. He's done the correction already, and he just wasn't getting that finish. And once he started using the damp pad and got the pad washer, he was like, man, this is just so much easier, that he just couldn't understand you know, that this was just so much simpler, and the fact that we literally used one pad each to do the entire vehicle was another step up. Of course, with the Porter cable, it's very hard to use the pad washer, because for the simple fact that you really need that quick high speed to dry out the pad. Typically it works best with just a rotary or with a long throw polisher like a 21mm or 25mm DA, but we still got it done, and it was just a quick and easy process. We ended up polishing this vehicle fairly quickly. I think it took us like close to like 2 hours to do this car, and that's just because we just kept double checking, because again, with this finicky paint, we just want to make sure we're consistent all the way through. So after we were done with a bunch of section passes, we would just double check, just make sure we had an even finish, and that was about it. So pretty much in a nutshell, just use a damp clean pad. And after the detail, he was just like, I truly couldn't believe it. He was like, all I needed was just a damp pad, one polish, and that's pretty much it. Sometimes some vehicles, yes, another polish is needed, you know, but just use what you have. And you know, I've used a DIY detail plenty of times, and I just didn't want to experiment with anything else at the moment. So I just said, look, I ran into this issue before, let me just use this, and that's pretty much it. So once he saw it, he was amazed on how we made the vehicle look, and you guys will see at the end of the video on how this vehicle came out after we coated. So let's talk and move on to the actual coating step and all the products you guys could get at thehouseofrags.com. And yeah, so let's move on to the actual ceramic coating application. To the panel prep step. Sorry that I'm off frame, but you already know one of my top 3 panel preps in the game is Pelias panel prep from Phoenix COD. The reason why I love this is because it is super slick. We will be applying HPC, Labocosmetica HPC, as the final coating on this, and it's going to give it about 3 years of protection if you maintain it. But other than that, I will show you how I like to apply panel preps. So typically, I start off with the long nap side to apply it, and I never like to spray it on the paint. And I think I explained this on my other video too, on my previous video. And I like to saturate the panel prep on the long nap side, and then for the short nap side, right, that will be my final buff off, because sometimes with the long nap towels, you will get a little bit of that linting, and you will definitely see it on a black paint for sure, and that's something that you don't want to do. So here I like to work in half sections. I'm doing the whole top half first, apply it on the paint, and this feels so slick, and this is something that you want, but the surfactants that's inside this panel prep will definitely alleviate, and it's not grabby, so you're not gonna get any towel drag or marring or anything of that nature. You just really want to work safe. That you already did all that hard work of polishing. The last thing you want to do is have to polish again. But that's it. This panel prep just makes things so effortlessly easy that it just comes off nice and slick. Whatever slight linting that you have, that's okay, it'll come out once we're ready to level off the coating when we're done. But that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Nothing to it. It's still saturated and damp. All you're gonna do is just apply it on the panel, just wipe. Like I said, it is slick. And that's pretty much it. Let me bring you in close to the actual panel so you can see, and even I'll use my light on my other phone so you can see on how nice, deep, rich black the paint looks. Look at that. Looks phenomenal. So that's about it. That's what we want. And now we're ready to ceramic coat. So we're gonna panel prep the rest of the vehicle, and I'll see you once we're ready to apply HPC. Ready to apply the HPC coating, and this is what we're going to be using is the Labocosmetica HPC. Yes, HPC 2.0 is out. The only difference between this one and HPC 2.0 is that HPC 2.0 have a longer work time, pretty much, and just makes it a lot easier to apply. In terms of this, it's pretty much the same effect. You're going to apply it on and you're going to let it beat up, and you have to wait 5 minutes. You really have to be distinctive with that 5-minute wait time, and I will show you that, and it's very quick and easy. And HPC 2.0 is slightly slicker, and yes, they did change the polymer, or the polysiloxane, I think that's what they did with the HPC 2.0. So yes, there are different chemical makeups that they ended up coming up with, but that's pretty much it. In terms of durability, it's still going to give you 2 years. It's still rated as a 2-year, unless you become a certified installer and get one, and it's a 4-year durability for HPC Pro. Pretty much same thing. I'm going to show you how to apply this. Just that this coating is, like I said, you just have to wait that exact 5-minute wait time. And it's about 60 degrees outside, 65 degrees. So we're in like the perfect temp, not a lot of humidity. And you want to prime the pad, apply it onto the surface evenly. Could be squares, circle, triangles, doesn't fucking matter, as long as you get it on the surface. And from here, you want to wait, like I said, the exact 5 minutes. So I will show you, let me grab my phone, show you the time, and I'll meet you in about like at 4:10. Right now it is 4:05, and about like 4 minutes or so, I'll bring you in and show you what it is doing on the paint. All right, everyone, it's been exactly 5 minutes, and what we're going to do is start leveling off the coating. And here we got the pearl towel and also edgeless leveling towel as well. Just pearl, doesn't really matter. And it's been 5 minutes. Now, ideally, what you want to do first on how you can tell whether a coating is ready to be leveled off is you grab your microfiber towel, and if it's smearing, that means that you got to wait just a little bit longer. So here it's telling me I need to wait an extra tops 30 seconds or so. And yep, so right now all that's left for me to do is level it off. It's not streaking anymore. I'm not pushing any coating around, and it's time for me to level off. So here, a little bit of pressure, going circles, squares, triangle. You want to level off most of the coating, and here it's telling me the 4-minute mark is really the mark we want to go with, because now it's starting to feel a little bit grabby. But once you come up with the last leveling towel, everything levels off amazingly well. Come back around here. And you always want to go more into your adjacent panels, just in case, because you don't want to leave any high spots. Now, in terms of slickness of HPC, well, HPC 2.0 does feel slicker, but that's pretty much what Labocosmetica is selling now. We're just using HPC, the first one, because this is what we had in stock, or the detailer had in stock, because he did buy a bunch of this beforehand. So that's pretty much it, really. Come back around, make sure you level everything off nice and even, and that's it. We're ready to go. I will show you. It does feel slicker on the surface. It does get slicker over time. And let me bring you in close to the panel. And it's very easy, wipe on, wipe off coating. No high spots left behind. Just looks like a mirror. And that's it. Easy to go. I'll see you on the outro once we're done applying this whole coating. All right, everyone, so hopefully you all enjoyed this video, and we ended up ceramic coating this Cadillac Escalade with the HPC from Labocosmetica. This is a 2-year coating, but just look at the gloss and shine on the vehicle. And just a quick rundown, I know this is a newer vehicle, but my detailing buddy ended up having the same issue that I had with the Mazda CX-5, which it had a bunch of water spots on it, and that's just because the owner had it sitting outside for pretty much 6 months, and that's about it. But other than that, the paint came out looking amazing. And what was the issue my detailing buddy was having was just pretty much of the simple fact that he was getting some micro marring and hazing on the paint. And the reason why was because he was using a long throw polisher, and he had a couple polishes on there. It's not the polishes that was the issue, it's just more the technique of doing quicker arm movements. And also he was using flat pads. We ended up switching to the waffle pads from DIY Detail, which I use the gold standard, which is the yellow waffle pad, and their red one. And I did have a demo here using the Rotary, but my detailing buddy isn't too accustomed using a Rotary. So what happened was, when I did one section with the Porter cable and the other section with the Rotary left a deeper gloss, and that's always been the case so far with the Rotary, and I didn't want to have inconsistent panels around the vehicle, so we just stuck with we're gonna do our one step or our cutting step with the gold standard polish and the gold waffle pad, and we'll finish the rest of the vehicle with the Porter cable and the red waffle pad, and just do a quick couple passes, and that's it. No more micro marring, no more hazing. The car came out looking amazing, and we even brought the car out in the sun, and you guys saw the difference on how the paint looked. But other than that, that's pretty much it. We also used a pad washer, and that's it. So other than that, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and the walk around on the vehicle. And other than that, I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.